but that's alright.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yo guys, what is up? Max and Wonderlands video, and today we're going over Tiny Tina's Wonderlands' Endgame. We're going to be going over Chaos Chambers, how to increase your Chaos level, how to get Chaotic and Volatile gear and what that even means, tips and tricks for going through the Chaos Chambers, and so much more. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video because I want to walk you guys through step by step. Parts of this Endgame can be quite confusing. Just to note, this has Endgame spoilers in it. This is an Endgame video, so if you do not want to spoil any of the Endgame for yourself, I recommend not watching any further. Just a heads up. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Let's get into the video. Ooh, lucky dice. To start us off, once you beat the game, once you beat the campaign, you unlock this castle, which is the start of the endgame. Entering this castle is the Chaos Chamber, which brings you into where you're going to be spending a lot of your time in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands endgame. Now, upon entering here, once again, sorry spoilers, we have the Dragon Lord to talk to, and he is going to offer you different Chaos Chamber runs. Now, here is where you can adjust your Chaos level, and you will have normal runs, which are just runs at your current Chaos level. You've got extended runs, which are longer runs. You're going to get to be in there for longer and hence earn more rewards and more crystals. And then we've got Chaos Trials. These are what you're going to need to do to push your Chaos level. We'll explain everything in a second. And then you've got Featured Runs. These are runs that are curated by Gearbox that have like set modifiers or set bosses or set rooms that there will be a leaderboard for it. So let's talk about Chaos Level. Chaos Level, when you open up your game, you can see Chaos Mode offers increased challenge, better rewards, and improved drop rate for high quality loot. Each additional Chaos Level will further increase both reward and difficulty. Chaos Tier loot will only drop while in Chaos Mode, and we'll talk about Chaos Tier loot in a second. So right now I'm at Chaos Level 20. That is the highest Chaos level, and enemies have 541% HP. They deal more damage. I get 80% more XP, 80% more gold, 80% more moon orbs, 80% loot luck, 28% chaotic drop chance, and 1.4% volatile drop chance. I realize my camera's blocking that. Volatile drop chance is like, we'll explain that in a second. Let me just show this. So as you do your Chaos Trials, when you talk to the Dragon King, if you keep doing Chaos Trials, every time you successfully beat one, you will go up one Chaos level. So you start at Chaos 1, where enemies only have 25% HP, and it's going to go up. Note that the volatile drop chance on the lower wards is 0. You only unlock volatile drops once you get to Chaos level 20. Even at 15, you have a 0% chance, and the chaotic gear drop chance will increase, and at 20% or at level 20, you've got 28 chaotic gear drop chance and 1.41% volatile gear drop chance. So what the heck is that? So Wonderlands' endgame is, in my opinion, the best endgame that they've ever had in a Borderlands game, especially at launch. And the way that your gear works is it's not like Mayhem level gear. And what I mean by that is it's not like there is an associated chaos level assigned to each weapon. So you can see this weapon is a normal weapon. Regardless of if I got this weapon to drop at Chaos 15 or Chaos 1, there is no difference in the gun drops. There is no sort of scaling with different higher chaos levels. The only thing that changes is your chance of getting chaotic gear. So once again, a weapon that drops at Chaos level 20 and a weapon that drops at Chaos level 1 are the same. It's going to be the same legendary, the same damage. What changes is your chance of getting chaotic gear. Now, chaotic gear is buffed up versions of other gear or of the same gear. There's not different chaotic spells. So like you can get a chaotic green, you can get a chaotic blue. It just means that the base stats of the piece of gear are better. For example, a chaotic gun versus a non-chaotic gun, the chaotic gun will just deal more damage. The spell will just deal more damage. The chaotic shield will have more capacity. The chaotic amulet will give you more damage. So, for example, as you can see, I have a chaotic ring here. It's got spell damage is 17%. If we look at my normal, this is a normal. It's got 15% spell damage. On my chaotic, I get 17%, and on my volatile ring, I get 19%. So the way that these chaotics and volatile gear work is they're just better stats, which is really well done. It means that if you get a weapon at Chaos level 2 and you really like it, you can use it all the way through Chaos level 20. But what happens is the more you play the game, the more chaotic gear that you're going to get. And eventually you're going to basically just be using chaotic gear until you replace all your chaotic gear with volatile gear. But once again, it's just a little bit bonus. It's a bonus to their damage. It's a bonus to their stats. It's a bonus to their passives, whether they're chaotic or volatile. Next up, let's talk about endgame currency. And there's 3 endgame currencies. And the first one, weirdly enough, is money. Now, money is going to be spent on getting good items from the vending machines. Really cool items, unique items, mission rewards can come in the vending machines and they're going to cost a lot. And the other way to spend money is bank SDUs or SDU upgrades. Now, the bank slots are actually bigger and the backpack slots are bigger than they were in Borderlands 3, but they get crazy expensive. My bank SDU upgrade currently is going to cost me $4 million to upgrade, and I'm only at 200 slots. From various sources, I've heard that the bank gets to over 500 spaces. This is not confirmed. I've just heard that it goes to over 500 spaces. So getting 2 max bank SDU slots is going to take, at the rate that it's currently scaling up, over $100 million to even get close to maxing out your bank slot. So money is definitely an endgame currency. The next thing is moon orbs. Moon orbs are, their only purpose is to reroll enchantments. Now, one of the best additions to Wonderlands is you can add enchantments to gear that doesn't have it. So if you get your God Roll SMG or your God Roll pistol but didn't come with an enchant on it, you can just add one. Even at Chaos 20, not all gear comes with enchants. In fact, like, I don't know what the exact drop rate is, but not everything comes with enchants. So I have a Calamity of Windfall. This thing's got 3,000 base damage. This looks great. I'm going to add an enchant on it. And then I get the choice of keeping what I had on it or adding a new one. Obviously, this is while action skill is active, increase dark magic damage. This is a dark magic spell. That looks beautiful. I'm going to increase it. Now, I had a spell that didn't have an anoint. Now it does, but the reroll cost goes up. So if I wanted to reroll this again, it's going to cost me more. And that's going to repeat and repeat. So sometimes you get pieces of gear that are really good that you're kind of just get stuck with, which is one thing I don't love. But for example, this is one of my best weapons, and I've already rerolled it 9 times, and now it's going to cost me 1,000. So just to reroll this thing twice, it's going to cost me a lot. So I'm keeping this anoint on this thing. All right, now let's talk about Chaos Chambers and the Chaos Chamber currencies. So we're going to do a run of a Chaos Chamber, and I basically want to walk you through how it works. So you talk to the Dragon Lord. He is going to open up the portal for you, and now it's time to start our run. Now, every run has a random area with random enemies populating it. So I'm going to do my best to kill these guys as fast as I possibly can, and kind of walk you through how these work. So right now on my screen, I've got, in that right corner, I've got 3 lives left. The 0 is my amount of crystals, which is an endgame currency. I've got to clear the encounter. You can see my progress. And then an optional objective, which when you beat the optional objective will actually clear the area, which is destroy this Dragon Lord statue. This Dragon Lord statue is usually pretty beefy. They've got a lot of health. You can just kill all the enemies in this area, or you can complete the side objective, or do both. Completing the side objective will finish the area for you. So I'm going to see if I can beat this. Before there, side objective completed, area completed. Now we get into the fun of things. So first off, when I'm gonna punch these things, these will spawn in each encounter. I now have crystals, and these crystals are what you use at the end of your run to purchase new legendary gear. So we just completed our first area. Now we get to pick between Frozen Vengeance and Searing Tether. I'm gonna be honest, both of these modifiers not fun to deal with. Modifiers are back. They're basically how Mayhem 10 modifiers worked, and when you pick a hard modifier, it's going to give you more crystals. So like picking a hard one, I think increases your crystal gain by like 100% or something like that. So the harder ones you pick, the more modifiers, the more crystals you end up with at the end of the run, the more things you can purchase at the end. Also more buffs. So I'm actually gonna pick Frozen Vengeance because Searing Tether I don't think I'm a huge fan of. This is going to give a Frost Buddy to hurt me. Now we've got our portals to spawn, and I will do a guide on how this simple works, but there's so many things going on right now. So now our 2 portals spawn. I have the chance to make them elite. If I make it elite, it's going to cost me crystals, but the enemies will also be buffed up. It'll be elite enemies. It'll spawn a lot of badasses. This symbol, the Dragon King symbol, means, Dragon Lord, means that at the end of the encounter, I'm going to get options of picking another modifier, which will once again increase my crystal gain. This one, as far as I can tell, is the portal that is to the end of the encounter to finish it. But if you haven't done enough runs or haven't done enough rooms yet, it's just a normal run or normal room with just like crystals at the end. So I'm actually going to go for the one with the modifiers because I'd like to earn some more crystals so I can show you guys. Hopefully we don't get too difficult modifiers, because if I fail this run, that would be very sad. But once again, now we've got cleared the encounter. We've still got our 3 lives left. The lives are for the whole run. They don't like reset on rooms, so just don't die. And we've got finish enemies with melee damage. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to be doing that because I am not a melee build. So as you can see, enemies are dropping crystals. I'm going to pick up those crystals, and the more crystals I have by the end of the run, the more things I can get. Now, one of the ways that I would recommend playing this if you're starting your chaos runs, if you're trying to rank up, is keep your runs easy for you. On your chaos trials, things can get out of hand, and if you're trying to rank up quickly, keeping with low modifiers, going for the butt stallion portals, which I'll recommend, or I'll show you guys in a second after this, can help your runs significantly, especially if you're low on lives already, just trying to get through things. But if you go for more elite enemies, if you go for harder things, I've ended runs with like 14,000 crystals and just been able to sit there and get so much loot. So it is really a trade-off. Okay, we've got more modifiers. I've got Bulwark, Buddies, and Watch Your Step. I'm going to go for the hard modifier. Grab our crystals, because Bulwark Buddies is not too bad with my weapon. So this, now we've got an option of chest, or once again, kind of like the end of the encounter, which I haven't done enough runs to make it the end of the encounter. I'm going to make this elite. So the way that making an elite encounter works is you spend the crystals. Now it's going to become a red portal, and I could still spend it and go into this one, but by making it elite, the enemies are going to be badasses and harder and have more bars. But at the end of the run, I'm going to get way more crystals. So it's actually, in the long run, worth it. And the way I recommend making your runs elite, because you should make your runs elite at least like one room if you're really trying to get your crystals up, is don't make a run elite until you have modifiers. So I've already picked a medium and a hard modifier. And what that's going to do is give me like 200% crystal gain. And then I'm going to do an elite run. And because now I'm doing an elite run, you can see how many crystals I'm getting because I have modifiers already increasing the crystal drops. And we're doing an elite run, which is going to drop me more crystals. And as you can see, my crystal gain is crazy. But it's not worth to do an elite run until you get those modifiers up. So just a little tip of advice, grab your modifiers. Once you've got at least 2 modifiers, then make your encounter elite. And then it's going to be so much more worth it to you. Nice. So we beat our chaos chamber that is indicated by this golden portal that it's at the end. This will bring you into the loot room. There are some additional things that you can do to get other portals at the end of this run that I did not do on mine that I'll tell about in a second. But when we enter our gold run, we get our victory screen. I got top 1 in my run and top 1 in my crystals. I'm playing this early, so there's not too many people to compete with. But you get your end of run scoreboard, which will tell you like how you basically did, which is very cool. And then you're into the loot of chaos, which this is your main chest. This will give you just items from playing. And then you've got your loot bunny statues. So I have 4,000 crystals right now. Every bunny is 500 crystals to purchase. So, and you can pick whatever. So like there's things for amulets, things for shields, things for class mods, things for rings. So whatever your build is missing, whatever you need, you can just spend and get here. I would love to see some new class mods. New class mods would be great. I'm still looking for God roll class mods. Once again, as you can see, that these are all normal beams. This is a chaotic. This is what the chaotic beam looks like. I doubt I get a volatile. I've only seen a few on pieces of gear, but if I do, I'll be sure to show you. Now they're chaotic. And this is how it works. So like, you just spend your crystals, and these crystals do not carry over, so you have to spend all of them at the end of your run. Do not save them. Spend everything that you have here. I found the SMGs to be really good. Maybe we could get a volatile SMG. That looks crazy. Is that chaotic or volatile? Chaotic. Live wire of the forest. Hey, that's awesome. That is the freaking gun that I've been using, but just better. 204 base damage. Amazing. All right, I'll take that. Guys, that is going to do it for our little run through of Wonderlands' Endgame. I hope you learned something new. I know it's a little bit complicated. Once you do a few runs, it'll start to click, and you'll start grinding out chaos tiers in no time. If you want to go up another chaos tier once you finish your run, just make sure that you're doing chaos trials and doing it at the chaos level that is the highest that you can select, and you will make your way to chaos level 20 in no time. I will catch y'all in the next one, guys. Take care. Peace.
I was putting